Now, your money masters, Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes.
Welcome, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate all you tigers and tigresses growling and prowling out here with us. Right now, you get the Dow down 68, NASDAQ off 20, S&Ps are off 6.5. We get gold up $1.50 at 1,664. Silver's down 11 cents at 30.81. You get light sweet crude down 33 at 95.17. Bonds up 19 ticks again at 149.18. And
where are your bonds going?
Bonds are going to 153.11, and if they take that baby out, it's going to 160. There's still divergence out here, folks, and what it is, the dollar still can't move. You know, you're at 81.43. Bonds are screaming. Bonds are screaming, man, that there's going to be no QE3 and that this market wants to go south. So we'll see how much longer the dollar just hangs out at this 81.44 level. Euro is up 27 ticks at the 125.56. Now, what we did have, and this is bottom line, really, well, it's been unusual in the marketplace because we haven't been down at all. But what you had last night in Asia, lower lows.
Yes, absolutely.
But with what? Expanded volume. Okay. The volume came out.
Shanghai, both Shanghai and Hang Seng.
Shanghai, Hang Seng. Let's put the Hang Seng up first. Hang Seng gapped away downtown. Down 235. Now, when you see this, you're going to see. You want to see volume? Well, you got volume. 1.4 billion. That's after making highs out there with 1.3. That 1.3. You know, bottom line is that you hit a high. Well, you come off that high with 7.1 billion.
Yeah.
Now Shanghai. So check this out with Shanghai. Shanghai is screaming, man. I mean, it only
did a good job fighting back last night, but it still went to a lower low, and it's still moving down.
It has a lower low and it has higher volume. So what happens with a lower low and higher volume, folks, is that you know you're going to go at least test that low bar. And what you had with Shanghai, it was only down I don't know.
Well, 65 cents or so or something. But we talked last night. We talked how, you got these one world connected markets. You were showing the correlation, that has broken apart between the, Asian index and the S&P 500. But how, when you took a look at the way that the U.S. markets traded yesterday, we were not handing off to Asia anything real positive.
No. And then,
and certainly what we saw was the response. So what we saw happen in Asia, Nikkei, the entire Shanghai Hang Seng was exactly what we would have expected.
No doubt. And the real
now you don't know what the volume behind that move is going to be, and now you see that.
Now we know. Now we know.
Right.
Expanded volume. So what you have? Okay, so now picture this, folks, because this is where you can really get a lot out of what the market wants to do, and this is where it comes down. You're in the last week of summer. We're really not last week of summer, but let's say the trading week of summer, okay? Because summer goes, to September 22nd or something, okay? But you're right before Labor Day. What should happen is that the volume should contract even more.
Yes.
Okay? You got Bernanke, however, at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
So 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. And in fact, so check this out. The speech, let me see. So we got, let's see, calendars first. Let me hit the calendar, and then let me pull the speech up. I should know this because I just wrote it down, but let's see. Speech calendar. Okay, so Bernanke's speech is titled "Monetary Policy Since the Crisis." That's the title of his speech tomorrow. Okay. So,
which crisis?
Well, yeah.
Since the crisis going back to, I think it was, about October 2008. I don't recall the exact date. We could find it. When they first announced TARP. So TARP, I think, go back to TARP is probably maybe it was September. I can't remember the exact date.
It would have been.
I think it was 2008. I remember that the response to TARP, the market sold off and continued selling off.
Yeah, the crisis is, when all the Fed officials and in our Treasury Department, Paulson said, listen, don't worry about subprime, don't worry about anything.
So the crisis was he realized, wait a minute, maybe we ought to worry about it.
Everything's going to be all right, okay? We have everything under control, okay? That's the bottom line. That was October of '07. What would You get the gist of it. The bottom line, folks, okay, you know, if you want to really get down to, you know, what politicians or the bureaucrats said versus what you hear at certain points, well, just Google it. You know,
right.
If I had more time, I'd love to just make a 15-minute, like, quick documentary about what is said now versus what's said then, including, by the way, okay, what folks are basically saying that they don't want money spent right now. Well, let me tell you something. You go back there, okay, you'd be really surprised saying that, well, they better do something. They better do something.
Yes.
Okay? They better do something until they get all your money, folks. And once they have all your money, meaning the banks, then they're back on top again.
Which they are.
Oh, they are
absolutely.
in spades. They are in spades. You know, yesterday, you were talking about Apple, and the bottom line is that I think you got your wish.
No, I didn't. I didn't get it.
No. Let's go through this, okay? So what he's talking about, folks, is that what I'm talking about is basically an island top. Well, you know, I'll tell you, man. You know,
we were close. Yeah, no, it touched that. It touched that gap open this morning.
That doesn't matter.
Of it.
670 doesn't matter.
All right. Hey, it's still a It's still a 1.272 butterfly. So no matter what. So no matter what, it's a 1.272 butterfly cell pattern.
Right.
You know, I was always you know, when I have a cake, you know, I like to have some nice icing on it. You know, I like to have icing on that cake.
Yeah.
And that would have been. And it's only from the perspective of Apple. Is it just simply. You know, sometimes we refer to stocks as psycho stocks or what have you.
Yeah.
Stocks just basically have patterns.
Right.
Sometimes their patterns are so chaotic, though, you know, that they might fit into that psycho range. But in the case of Apple, it's got 2 or 3 other island gaps out there as it was making highs, and in those cases there led to strong moves down. Not overnight moves down, but led to strong moves down.
And as we're explaining this, folks, you know, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but what we're talking about specifically is that we're not talking about even trading Apple, but what we do is that when you see Apple, we're going short the NASDAQ.
That's right. Exactly.
Because what happens there on a money management aspect is it's a much better trade. I think it's a much better trade because, there's no, you know, the composite, I mean, the NDX 100, well, bottom line is that you do have other players inside that you know, want to go south also.
Yeah, and you know, the markets are not going to move higher without the NASDAQ, that's for sure.
No.
You know, without the index. They're really not going to move higher without the financials. They're not going to move higher without the energy sector. So you got basically you're dealing with energy, you know, tech, and you know, and the financials out there. If you go to the energy sector, the XLE is an example. You know, I've got that up on my screen. Okay,
XLE's rolling this morning.
It is. You know, it's running into a little area where it gapped up, which just happens to be the August 6th level, 7102. So I'd like to see that, you know, close below that. Just simply close below 7102 and close that little window down. But it's got a 0.786 Gartley cell pattern out there.
Ooh,
Apple's got the butterfly just simply to cover our tech area, cell area. And the financials have a Gartley cell as well. So it's not that the market, look, if the markets are going to bust through this stuff, markets are going to go much higher. In my opinion, okay.
Yeah, no.
Because we're in really strong areas here of resistance. They're holding, they're working. You got double tops all over the place, and so it's actually a cool time to be in the market. Even if you end up being wrong on the trade, it's pretty easy to
money.
go. Yeah, it's pretty easy to go ahead and flip, and so you don't really get times like this. You know, they come a couple times a year.
And you better take
where they've got,
absolutely.
and you can still be on the wrong side of the trade, but you can also go ahead and flip if the market gives you more information.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Let's go to Tom in Watersford, Ohio. Hey, Tom, what's going on?
Hey, how you doing, Tom?
We're doing great, man. You having a good day out there?
Oh, yeah, I get my daily dose of Tiger TV.
That's a beautiful thing, brother. We appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us.
I want to look at BGFV.
BGFV. Okay, so let's see what we have out here. Okay, so, the Big Five Sporting Goods Corporation, they own and operate sporting goods stores in the western United States. The low is $5.34. The high is $11.59. They make 60 cents. You have 217 million, 21 million shares outstanding. Okay, so what are we looking to do here?
I'm not in it. I put a limit in an order yesterday, and it just ran on me. I didn't get a chance to get it. I was hoping to go back down, but it didn't.
Okay, so when we take a look at this, I got this out on a 2-year weekly. Okay, so we went from $15, we get down to $5.85. I wouldn't be biting on this, man. I wouldn't. I think it's pretty good that you just didn't get it, and this is why. Okay, so watch this. When it went from $10.10 down to $7.78 in January, you had a huge expansion of volume. You had 893 million on a 893,000 on a weekly basis. Okay. Now, I can see what you're looking at. There's no doubt. You know, what he's looking at, folks, is that on September 22nd, you had a sign of strength. Now, what happens, what you like to see, and this is where this does get subjective, too. I mean, even with quality volume, is, now, you had an expansion of volume, folks, okay? You had 959,000 on the weekly. But what you're doing is that you're going into your downdraft. And that downdraft starts at a price point of $7.78 and goes to $10. Well, you see, once you didn't even get to the swing point. As you're getting up to the swing point, the volume's dying on the vine again. Well, this week you've only done 244,000, and you're still going into that 890,000, Tom. So just have patience, man. Because the trade on this is letting it go back to that $7. And then you put the stop on the other side of that. It's, $6.98's the trade, man. Because then, as it pulls back, if it has backward light of volume, okay, then your money management, you're putting a stop under 631, you get 60 cents, and you're going for a couple bucks, man.
All right. I got one more I was looking at. It's DTIV.
DTIV. Okay, so, hold it. D
as in dog?
No, G.
Dog.
GTIV. Okay.
Right.
Okay, so this is a health service company, pharmaceutical healthcare products. Okay, so the low in this is 281. The high's 1195. They make $1.21. Sometimes, as soon as I can tell you this before I even look at the chart. When I see a PE that's saying that it's 9, sometimes it's like, okay, I just don't see you don't see many PEs in 9 out here. Let's put it that way. Yeah.
Going to the same thing.
Yeah, don't bite, man. Don't bite. This is going into a vicious downdraft when it went from $18 to $7, man, with 10 million shares. This is pure distribution, Tom. Don't bite. Cookie brother.
All right, talk to you later.
Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, appreciate you. Tigers and Tigresses growling a problem with us out here. We have the Dow off 65, Nasdaq's down 20, S&Ps are off 8.
Stalter's exciting newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, has just launched, and now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial. Every Wednesday afternoon, Kate sends out her weekly newsletter to her subscribers where she focuses on small cap stocks with market caps under $2 billion, as well as low-priced equities with share prices ranging from $5 to $12. Kate tracks a variety of stocks with a combination of strong technical support and solid fundamentals. Many of the stocks featured will be recent IPOs. These newer issues are often some of the biggest price gainers in the market and provide an excellent opportunity for substantial gains if timed correctly. You can catch Kate Stalter live on Tiger TV with her small cap roundup every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and visit TFNN.com right now to get your 2-week free trial to her brand new newsletter, Low Priced Leaders, while locking in the low introductory monthly rate of only $37.50 per month, almost a 50% discount. Act now. With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, Kate Stalter, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Carol Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
You've always taken the long view when it comes to investing, but what if there's an opportunity right under your nose? What if you could be more responsive to market trends to seek to boost your portfolio performance right now while seeking to reduce your overall risk? At Direction Funds, we connect investors with alternative strategies that seek to maximize their returns. Smart investors deserve smart alternatives. Find yours at directionfunds.com. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risk charges, and expenses of Direction Funds carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Funds. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact the Direction Funds at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. Investing in index funds may be more volatile than investing in broadly diversified funds. Distributed by Rafferty Capital Markets, LLC.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
Millionaires are made every day. The fact is, living your dreams is possible. Someone, somewhere is going to get rich. My recommendation is, let that be you. Each day, someone is making the decision to better themselves and creating a plan to fulfill their financial dreams. Let that be you. The key to turning dreams into reality is to take massive action. Let that be you. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of the Money Master Show with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN, and I can help you with your journey to great wealth. I'll show you how to create the ultimate financial edge, a set of tools, insights, and strategies that are part of my daily newsletter service, Mastering Probability. You'll have direct access to me by phone, email, and my private library of trading and investing secrets for 30 days with an unconditional money-back guarantee. I'll take your trading to the next level. Click on my name, Steve Rhodes, on the homepage of TFNN.com and turn your dreams into reality. Mastering Probability, folks. Let that be you.
This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us. Let's take a look at some of the high-volume stocks, and we'll see whether it's going to be a low-volume market today. It is thus far. You get First Solar is down 215. Man, you get a lot of red out here today. Someone brought their red paint in here, man. Look at this. So I get the top 28 stocks in volume, and Starbucks is up 52 cents, and you get Coca-Cola bottling up 5 pennies.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's not that any one of them are really down a lot, but they're all down.
It's a day for a great release of information. On the 9 o'clock show, what I was showing folks, and you can learn so much from. We were talking about strength, so we talked about Apple,
right?
And likewise, you also want to be able to take a look at weakness out there.
Yes.
Now the Dow has been just in the last week or so has been the weakest of the indices on the way down, and part of my candles take a look at what the bulls and the bears are telling us on a daily basis. In the futures market on August 24th, the Dow futures, the low out there is 13,011, makes a bullish engulfing candle. Doesn't get confirmed the next day, which says, it's somewhat irrelevant, but still becomes an area of support. Well, right now, it's trading out at 13,004, just like it's, on the morning show. I said, look, this is the area you got to watch. Now, you got to watch for the close here, but you break below this area here, and that is setting up, it's one of Bud's channels. Okay, so it's one of the channels that are out there, and just simply setting up an A to B equals CD down and maybe a real break. Now, last time that this area broke here was back in July 24th. So on July 24th, when the area was also breaking, what it was doing was it was also going up against a bullish engulfing candle up here. Okay,
and it held.
Yeah, that's right. It held. So a lot of information. I think now that you're trading below, a lot of information will come today when we take a look at the close of the futures market.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is.
And we're going to go up to Rick in British Columbia. We're going to go up to Doji Man. We get the Doji Man.
Hey, there's a little Doji on the Dow yesterday.
Hey, Rick, what's going on, brother?
Hey, how you guys doing this morning?
Good,
excellent.
Man. I'm going into Alaska, Tom. I'm going into a little community called Hyder. There's only one way in and one way out.
So where is it?
Well,
map-wise, tell me where it is.
Map-wise, it's probably about as south as you can go. There's an inlet that comes into British Columbia, it's right on the tip of Alaska on the eastern side. And then if anybody wants to take a look, just type in Salmon Glacier, and of all the areas around, it's one of the most beautiful areas. It's just huge glaciers. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
Hey, can you take some photos and send them to us?
Yeah, definitely do that.
We'll post them on Tiger TV.
Are you going fishing up there? Are you going hiking? What are you doing?
Actually, a friend of mine, his daughter's up from Toronto, and I'm going to take my daughter up. We're going to go up there and, stay one night, go up there.
Okay.
And there's big-time gold mines up there, too, Tom, eh? Like, there's some rich veins. Like, there's 31.38 grams in a troy ounce.
Right.
And they had, this is veins now, they had 38,000 grams per ton, which equates to about 1,300 ounces per ton. And this is not Hobie, BS. This is the truth. And they're going up there now, and it's like a little gold rush, except it's all veins, right? It's not bedrock or scattered. And
so you understand what Rick's talking about, folks, is that inside the mines, okay, when you find a vein, okay, it's extraordinary because the vein could be very small. It doesn't mean even a vein could be 2 or 3 inches, folks, okay, but
you don't know.
But what happens?
Keep going.
What happens is that you're talking about solid gold. That's what the difference is. So it's like you go down there and you hit it out. I mean, it's an extraordinary. It's a different, formation totally. And when you get something like that, the key is for the geologist to understand, okay, where does that vein keep going?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. That's why you drill. That's why you got to keep drilling and drill and drill, right? Usually, most mines, they drill every 50 feet.
Yes.
Like bedrock.
Okay.
But with veins, I really don't know. I can only imagine it would be a lot less than that.
You're going to have fun. So you're taking a little puddle jumper up there?
Oh, actually, my son's second-year apprentice plumbing. He's been up there. It's wild. It's called Pritium Resources, Prtium. We got an $800 million pipeline going to the north to Nova Gold, Copper Fox, which borders Nova Gold. Used to be an 18-cent stock, now up to $2. Well, it went up to $2.50. Copper Fox down to about $1 right now. But
okay,
there's just a number. It's going to open up the area now because the power is going up, right?
Yeah.
But where I live in the north of it is just absolutely booming. We have HB Billiton, is it? What?
Yeah, BHP Billiton.
Well, they bought out Elcan, and there's a huge. There's like 2,500 people building an aluminum plant, like I say, power projects.
Nice.
We got this pipeline that the environmentalists don't want. You got the pipeline going to the States and Canada. You know how they had to go around Nebraska?
Yeah.
Well, we have one of those that's coming this way. That's going to go to going to miss our community by a little bit, and it's going to Asia.
Oh, sweet. Here, you stay right there. See this, folks? We get tigers and tigresses all over the world. This is awesome, man. What an education. You stay right there, folks. Steve Rhodes, we got Rick from British Columbia, Tom O'Brien. All you tigers and tigresses, we're going to be right back.
Tom O'Brien's daily trading newsletter, Market Insights, has delivered powerful results for subscribers, and now is the perfect time to try it out for 2 weeks absolutely free. We're so confident in the value Tom provides his subscribers in his daily newsletter that through Labor Day weekend only, when you sign up for a 2-week free trial to Market Insights, we'll send you a free copy of Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, completely free of charge. We'll even cover the shipping cost. Cancel at any time during your 2-week free trial to Market Insights and pay nothing, and keep Tom's free book as a gift from us. This offer is only valid for new subscribers. We've only extended this offer once before, and it will only be active for a short period of 2 weeks. So act now to take advantage of this great offer and be ready to capitalize on a more active, more volatile market once traders return from their August vacations. All the details are on the front page of TFNN.com. Sign up for your free trial to get your free copy of Tom's best-selling book today. If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time.
Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of TFNN.com and sign up now.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes that a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Certified Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us. We have the Dow right now down 97. Nasdaq's off 28. S&Ps are off 9.5, and we do have volume on the Nasdaq. S&Ps don't have the volume yet. Volume's picking up on the Nasdaq. We're talking with Rick from British Columbia. So you got some real action up there, man. I mean, and, you know, because BHP Billiton, folks, you know, is the largest, I think, money-wise, you know, commodity, you know, miner in the world. I mean, they're just monsters. I mean, they get pockets full of money.
Well, you know, I think they're kind of like the one you've been mentioning a lot, Vale.
No, they are. They're Valley, but I think I believe Valley. So BHP Billiton, folks, their main headquarters are in Australia. Valley is in Brazil, but I believe that BHP Billiton is actually bigger than Valley. So
you know, I'm starting to look at the FXI and Vale just about every day because they're the weakest, and if they get stronger, well, you know what I'm saying, right?
Boy, say that again to me.
Vale and FXI are the two stocks that I look every day because that's China and that's resources, right?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe there's better ones around. Hey, I was just curious if you could look at the Qs on a 1-year weekly.
1-year weekly. So let's take a look. And the Qs are getting some volume on the way south today, folks.
Well, I don't know if they're getting enough yet, though.
No, they are. You're already at 8.5 million. Yeah. You're only going into 37 million. But let me put them back. A year weekly? Okay, we got it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, actually, if you're on a daily basis, if they don't break 66.60, 67.60, that swing low 5 days ago. I don't think we're going to do that today, are we?
No.
Okay. Okay. Now, if you put it on a weekly here, that lady that's been phoning in about the euro going to 127.
Ilka's going to lose right now. The dollar just took off and gold just got crushed, and her euro is basically getting trashed. Her
yeah, but I wouldn't get too excited yet.
Listen to this. See this? That's because you're from British Columbia, and you know Ilka's from Europe too. That's what you guys are prejudiced.
Now, Tom, I know things look real bad right now, but I got her on a weekly, okay? And I know if 1 year weekly, and I know if we look at the volume on the swing and everything, it's not there. But the thing is, you get Draghi, who's been saying we're going to do this and we're going to do that. He ain't doing nothing unless the Germans do something.
That's right. Hey, listen, I'm banging on the Germans.
There's going to be press releases. I guarantee you one thing.
If the Germans just keep a little bit quiet for another week, I see a little doji last week that takes these Qs up to 70.
Up to 70?
Yeah, and up.
God, I'm going to be broke.
And that euro can go to Ilka's number 127, maybe even 130.
Well, Ilka, you listen to that? See that? He's pulling for you.
Well, I'm not saying 130 right now, but I see Ilka's numbers can get hit volume-wise too on a daily basis. I see some highs up there.
Even yesterday, she was taking advantage of me. There's no doubt about it. She was at the top of the swing and was going for the other swing. Well, we'll see.
You guys might have to pick up a second job here pretty quick.
Totally, man. Just to buy all those lobsters for us.
We're only looking at 124.6.
And when you got time, could you go over GFI and Harmony? I know a lot of times you do, Tom, with those South African golds. They're getting hammered.
Yeah, they are.
GFI's dropping on fumes.
I like what GFI's looking like. How many came back? How many came back even in South Africa today with some juice in it?
Yeah, it did. There must be some news on it or some of that violence there. Who knows? I don't know.
No, it has to do with the expenses went up 16%. That's what Graham was saying this morning. But I'll get Graham on.
Yeah. Okay, thanks a lot, guys.
Hey, make sure you send us some pictures, Rick.
Oh yeah.
Hey, type in Salmon Glacier if you could on YouTube or just pictures, and you'll see what I mean. It's amazing.
All right.
Cool.
Have a safe trip. Yep.
Thanks a lot, man.
Ilka, you better get those pizzas ready.
Draghi's selling the euro now.
Actually,
he's selling the euro.
That's right. Actually, it's only a double or nothing, right? So we get even. That's all. I know. My Regina's pizza.
That's right. Okay, that's all right. That's just stage one. That's all right.
And what you do have out here right now, just as Steve's talking about, folks, and this is the... no doubt, this is when you take a look at the wide price spread. I mean,
this is a 30-minute chart on the euro, but they're certainly selling it off. So,
yeah, and there's the end of the road is coming, and when I say the end of the road, it's so the way Europe is set up right now is that Europe has had a million end of the roads, and folks, in the next 2 years to 4 years, there's going to be more end of the roads. Okay, that's just how it is. Because time is going to heal the deal. Because it just forces basically things to happen. Do you know what I mean?
Sure. Okay.
So it's a time deal.
Yeah.
So they have to basically get money into Greece. They got to get money into Spain before about the 16th to 17th of September.
Okay.
That's how this thing is shaking out. Okay.
Okay.
And this morning, this is, when you talk about data, right? It was this morning I heard this guy, and this was dynamite. I loved how he put it together. Actually, Steve Leisman was interviewing a central banker from Israel.
Okay.
And what he was explaining, and this was just common sense. What he was explaining, that he was asking him, do you think the Eurozone is going to break up? Do you think the Euro bonds are going to help them?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
And he says, well, what you have to do is you have to look at the context of all these different countries and where it really stands. And would the market buy these bonds? Like right now, the market is saying that, listen, different countries, we're going to pay different interest rates, right?
Right.
And it was so cool, though, when he took the data, he says, let's take the data. He says, in Spain, you have 25% unemployment.
Yes.
Okay? You have a productivity that isn't there.
Yes.
You have expenses. Now, this was what I thought was really intriguing, that because of the government and the strangulation and all that, they can't do business. That's the bottom line. Okay.
Yeah.
Then you have Germany. Germany has an unemployment rate of 5%.
Okay.
It has a production rate that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So it's like, will the market? He says, and this is all it's going to come down to. He says, will the market on a euro bond allow each one of those countries to borrow at the same rate?
Yeah.
And he said, I don't think it would.
Yeah.
And I just love the way, and it's interesting. What happens, folks, is this. What I've seen in the finance business and anything is that when the way that he put it in such easy terms, it was so cool.
Just common sense.
Yeah, because you can understand it. It wasn't. There was nothing in the middle of it. All he's saying, okay, will the market buy that? And he says, I don't think they will.
Yeah.
He says, because the bottom line is that one they're two separate entities, and they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the market, he's talking, the global, the larger market.
Not the central banks. What he was explaining is that, listen, man, the central banks can hold it up for a while, but the bottom line is that the market has to be able to buy it.
That's right.
Because when push comes to shove, and when I look at that, I say to myself, Greece, get out of the euro. Go. Big deal.
Yeah.
See you later. Cut it.
They don't, no reason for them to get out just yet when they're still having fun at the party. Come on, back up the truck one more time. I promise we're gonna get there.
Yeah,
we're a new regime in here. You got to give us some time. We need more time. Give us some more money.
So watch. Yeah, listen, man. There's no doubt. I think what you also have though, and this is where it gets really wild. There's plenty of folks over there with plenty of cash.
Yeah, and now they've got plenty of gold too.
Yeah,
so they're
I know.
Buying,
what Steve's
switching to euros
what
for
Steve's
gold.
Talking about, folks. Okay.
They're probably buying dollars too. Gonna have good old, right?
Yeah,
give me some U.S. dollars.
No, that's
gold.
right. What Steve's talking about, folks, is that El Dorado Gold, right, has a large mine over there, and bottom line is that they end up getting what they needed, but the bureaucracy had stopped El Dorado. They gave them a permit to basically mine. And then what ended up happening is that another regulator come out and says, well, you can mine, but you can't take the trees off the top surface. So how do you get down to the gold? Well, they got that straightened out by the Supreme Court. But what the political risk is still, which Steve's talking about,
right. Absolutely.
is that, hey, listen, they're sitting on a lot of gold over there. In fact, when you look at the amount of gold that Greece owns, now this is a good trivia. When you look at the amount of gold that Greece owns versus other big countries, they own a huge amount of gold.
Yeah,
huge amount of gold.
They don't want to give it up though.
No, why? Why? Why give it up?
You
kidding me?
Yeah.
877-927-6648, and there goes the gold contract. We'll see whether we get any juice on the way down. Yesterday on the way up, folks, it didn't have enough juice. Right now on the way down, we'll see. We're only at 53,000. You're down 680. But what does happen going into a weekend, gold on a Friday, folks, okay, can go to the moon or go to hell in a handbag, So, we'll see. The gold would need, yesterday we did 112,000. That's nothing. If this is going to go south in a big way, you'd see about 130, 140,000 on the way down. The euro. This is it's not that it's unusual movement, but before getting a long weekend, if this market gets going, right now the Nasdaq has volume on the way down, and let me tell you something. If it gets going today, forget tomorrow. It'll have some nasty moves.
Yeah.
Because the reality is you get 3 days.
Yeah.
And 3-day weekends are always dangerous, folks. They're dangerous because of what can come out on a 3-day weekend.
Yeah, now you got time to think about it, but it's not just you have time to think about it. It's what are the other markets around the world going to be thinking about with regard to
totally. The other markets are going to be open.
When you got Asia, that's what I'm saying. That's right.
The difference is the other markets are open.
That's right.
They're open.
So where Asia's starting to move lower,
exactly.
Continuing to move lower, not starting to move lower.
Yeah, big time. Big time. And they got the DAX going, man.
Since they do. Since
we started, the DAX is down another 40 points. We started, the DAX is down 60, now it's down 111.
Great. So, candle trivia out here. We're taking a look at the Dow futures and an area that needs to hold from a support standpoint, from a bullish standpoint. The DAX here has got this three-river morning star candle that was created August 24th. The low out there, folks, is 68.85.98. That area's been tested. This thing closes below that at 11:30. It's giving up a very strong support area, and setting up lower prices inside the DAX.
Yep, no doubt.
And then that means, then that would give a signal that the U.S. markets would be closing lower. What kind of handoff is that to Europe? To Asia.
Oh no,
just,
big time.
Continued. So we are coming into a full moon, so it's not unexpected to see a market move down into a full moon, which is tomorrow. So,
and that's where that goes. And now let's talk about that, because when that happens, normally we get the tiger and the den saying, suck in the bears and squeeze them topside, and So when you do look at a full moon, if you're coming down to full moon, it very well can turn and go back up, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. So the ideal, here's where it gets a little risky. The ideal trade setup is that so you get the market sensing that, okay, maybe we might not get what we want tomorrow. Somehow,
Right.
And then you simply get a continued sell-off tomorrow.
Right.
All right. And then you do have the long weekend, but that full moon, folks, oftentimes on that full moon where it's not where you see the reversal, you just simply see that lower low.
Okay.
Now, it's going to take, now that means what you're going to really have to do is you've got to start gauging what are things going against, what other patterns are out there, because that's what rules. What rules is going to be, the volume, the patterns, what else is going on out there.
825.
Not by tomorrow, but
hey, no, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, we just got to take your 825. See, the problem with the 825 is we just simply have to convert it for all the flood of money and see what that real number is. Just kidding.
No, seriously. Well, we did you hear? We had Vince from New Jersey call the other day, right?
Yeah.
Now I hadn't heard from Vince for a long time, and he's doing great, thank God. When he was on, I said, "What happened?" And the poor guy had a stroke. Okay. But he came back, okay?
Yeah.
And he came back when he's playing the piano. And I really, Vince, if you're out there right now, you know what I was going to say? I couldn't say it the first day, but he was replaying the show at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, man, that's at my 825 got to him.
No.
I'm sorry, Vince, but I know. But he's out there growling and prowling again, man.
That's cool.
It's huge, man. It's absolutely huge. Yeah. And he had lost some motor skills, and he plays the piano, and they gave him something, and he started, the motor skills, and then he was at home, and his grandkids are there, and he come up and stopped playing the piano, and the bang, it just brought it all back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No.
Isn't that cool?
It is, absolutely.
Folks, it's a wicked head game. I mean, it really is, and it's so cool, though, because whatever that is, that you can start, doing those mental calisthenics, and they work,
Sure.
So it's like, and you don't know, when that one thing is going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's cool, isn't it?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. All righty.
We got action, man.
All righty.
About time, man. I've been baking pancakes every day, man. Holy cow, you talk about flat. Some of the Dow stocks out here, Caterpillar's continue going down. I mean, this China deal's a big deal, folks. Caterpillar's down $1. You got Oxy down $1.18. We got Big Mac. Where is she? She's down 24 cents. That's not the end of the world. You got IBM up 47. Walmart, looks like Walmart's going to be able to finish over that swing point.
Okay, so we've got just another trading session. Okay.
Yeah.
How's the volume looking on the weekly? On Walmart.
On Walmart on the weekly. Okay, so right now we're at 72, 37. Yeah, it's an ABC down. It's right now. It's a small ABC down, pretty dramatic too. I mean, you came down with 48 million, and right now you're up with 16. So let's say you go up with 20, big deal, and you're not holding price. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, you stay right there, folks. We're coming right back. BM the Dow down 105, Nasdaq off 29, S&Ps are off 11.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pezzavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to tfnn.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Time is the great equalizer of all mankind. Time doesn't care about winners or losers, who succeeds or fails. Time only cares that you played the game. Question, are you playing the money game? Is your money working as hard for you as you are for it? I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter service, and we're celebrating our 1-year anniversary. In year 1, we generated a 30% profit. Plus, I provided 26 hours of live coaching to my clients. My daily newsletter service is available by 8 a.m. each day and covers the stock, futures, currency, and commodity markets, along with all the current patterns that you can trade. Each newsletter is packed with education, and it's yours for as little as $3 per day. And for the next 30 days, you can try it risk-free. Click on my name, Steve Rhodes, on the homepage of TFNN.com and begin your journey to great wealth today. If you're waiting for a better tomorrow, remember this. Today's tomorrow will soon be yesterday, and your clock is ticking. Mastering Probability. Now is your time.
Catch Kate Stalter on the Small Cap Roundup, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11 a.m. Eastern. Up next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us. Don't forget, folks, the lineup today. We got Kate Stalter coming up next, 11 to 12. Then there's a replay of our show, 12 to 1. We got Daryl Martin, 1 to 2. David White, 2 to 3. Ken Shreve, 3 to 4. And then back here, 4 to 6.
Yeah, so Sears Holding was bounced from the S&P 500 today, I believe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm wondering who they put in.
They put
SHLD.
in, I think they put in Lyondell Basil?
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. You know, and the bottom line is that, this is acting pretty good for a bounce. Meaning, what happens, folks, is that there's funds that are going to have to sell it, but the bottom line, you're only down 350 and it's been basing out. So it's not a bad setup, actually. If you do happen to be interested in real estate, folks, okay, you come over to our website at TFNN. You're going to see the Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund. Right on the front page. You can hit that banner and see what it's all about. If you're an accredited investor, check it out. Tonight I'm doing an online webinar. If you want to come to that, you have to just double opt in. And then I'm going to be up in Boston 2 weeks from tonight.
See, but I say better off if you're not interested in real estate, and you really ought to take a look, because you should be. Because the idea of buying low, so buying cheap assets.
That's right.
They're looking for a longer-term trades, investments,
inside an IRA.
So I understand all the reasons to not be.
No.
Okay,
right.
But you got to step back. You got to take a look at what guys like you, Warren Buffett, there's the whole group of folks out there when they are interviewed and they talk about what do you think the best investment or trade is out there.
No doubt.
You know, and so if you're not interested, man, you need to get over to the homepage.
And what happens here, folks, is that this opportunity is not across the country. That's what you want to. You got to wrap your head around this a little. You know what I mean? Because it's not up in Boston. It's not in Colorado. It's not in. It's in parts of California. Phoenix and Las Vegas. Most of those are already gone. I could say even where we are, and Sarasota part, most of them are cleared out. You know, Pinellas is not cleared out. Hillsboro's not cleared out. In fact, and it has to do with how the foreclosures were put off. The average foreclosure in Pinellas County, check this out, this is pretty intense, that people stay in their house 891 days. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the average.
Okay.
Plenty of them are in there 1,200 days. That's 4 years.
Yeah.
You know, so what's happening is it's just starting, basically. So, and that's going to, you know, that's an opportunity for a year and a half, maybe 2 years it's cleared out. And then you're off to the races again, you know, so.
Cool.
What we do have out here is that you have volume right now in the NASDAQ. You know, the S&P still doesn't have volume. If you just look at the three Qs, we're at 10 million, and you know, bottom line, you're going into 35 million. You know, you're going into, you know, so it's gonna even 38 million. It's going to do more than that.
Yeah, it is. That's right. An hour and a half.
It's going to do more than that.
That's right.
You know, so and what does happen, folks, if they really get it going downtown, you know, you'll see volume pile in, particularly because the trading desk and the large players, you know, most of them won't be in work tomorrow.
That's right.
You know,
that's
so
right.
it's going to be one of these deals at 12:30, 1 o'clock. It's going to be like, oh, man, okay, how much do I want to go home with? Okay,
yes, for sure.
Particularly because you're at high. So when you're managing money, you have to take that, you know, responsibility. Say, okay, hold it. You know, am I going to try to make more money, or am I going to protect money?
For sure.
You know, what is that? You know, what are we doing here? Do you know what I mean? So that's important in that context in a huge way.
It is. The show is coming to a close. Man, time just flies.
There's no doubt, man. There's no doubt. And don't forget, folks, okay, no matter where you are in the world, you can listen to us on any cell phone by going to tfnn.mobi. And, of course, don't check out the Tiger TV. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, all you Tigers and Tigresses, you have a great one, safe one. You stay right there, because we are coming up next to Tigress Kate Stalter live from Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Take care, folks. Have a great day.